Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mubarak's podcast. Once again, this is Hashmat Mubarak, your host, and today we are joined by a truly inspiring Afghan woman whose journey reflects courage, persistence, and hope. She has pursued her education despite barriers and continues to shine as a voice for young Afghans, especially girls and women. It's an honor to have her on Mubarak's podcast today, and I'm so excited for this meaningful conversation, guys. I cannot wait, guys, to start it. Sunbul Aziz, welcome to Mubarak's podcast. We are so happy to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure tonight to be in your podcast. I am truly inspired by your work, and I think I'm really proud to see people like you are continuing to do something good and make a difference in this world.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your kind word. But first of all, let me ask this how is life going in United States these days?
It's quite busy and it can be challenging. You face so many different questions, and sadly, the things that happen in world politics cannot be easy, especially on people who are immigrants and right now on Afghan community. But I think Afghan people are brilliant and they show their true self no matter what.
Yes, unfortunately, due to the recent events that happened, now the situation for Afghan immigrants in the United States is quite difficult and daunting. By the way, but first of all, let me start from here that growing up in Afghanistan and pursuing education has never been easy, especially for girls and in recent years. And you know this better than me. Uh, Many young people have faced, uncertainty, restrictions, and countless challenges at every step they step into. And yet, your journey shows that you continue to push forward with determination. I believe our audience would love to hear how it all started for you and how your dreams took shape over time. So, could you begin by sharing where you completed your high school education and how your education journey first began? And where you finished your bachelor degree.
Mhm. Thank you for your question. I need to be honest with you. My educational journey has been quite diverse and enriching. I graduated from a private boarding high school here in Maine, a really cold state, really close to Canada. That's why it's really cold. That high school, I had the opportunity to explore various academic interests and explore different options to see what I want and what I need in life. I was expecting to be a doctor or an engineer. I tried both. I thought about both of them. It didn't work out. So I found Gettysburg College through my high school in Maine, which is Kensal, and I realized like political science and philosophy is something that I'm really interested to pursue in my education. Prior to that, I have spent in several countries, like 6 countries. One of them is like Iran, because my parents needed to get their master degree. They got
Wow.
a full ride scholarship in Iran. That's why I went there and I stayed there a couple of years. I have quite unique experiences living in different countries, learning. I think that's the reason that shaped me, and I am the way I am because of that. It is really important where you grow up, how your childhood, um, how what you're experiencing through your childhood. And for me, it all began from my family. Going to college, finishing my high school was never a question. It was just a matter of time. I knew I have to continue education no matter what, despite all the challenges that you have as an Afghan
Mhm.
female in the world.
Yes, you have finished your high school, and as you told, I think your passions was for political science and philosophy. I should also say that I'm also a man of history and politics, and last year I've got some admissions in political science major and international relations. We have some common interests, But I would like to say honestly, when I'm seeing girls like you, courageous, brave Afghan girls like you, I'm amazed. truly am amazed and inspired by them, by their work, by their courage. And I'm sure that behind every strong person, there is usually a few people who quietly support them, encourage them or inspire them. Family support, whether emotional or practical, can play a big role in helping someone continue their education or career, especially for young Afghan women facing social and cultural barriers. I'm curious to know how your family has shaped your path. I think you have said that your family supports you in every step that you step into, and they have pushed you to continue your education. But uh, I would like to specifically ask this question also, that do you receive support from your family in work, your goals, and pursuing that you're pursuing today?
Yeah, I think I have been fortunate enough to have a strong support system, particularly for my family. Coming from a well-educated family, I have been encouraged to pursue my goals and my interests at a really young age. My grandfather back in the day in Afghanistan held a PhD degree in
Wow.
literature. Yes, and he was also Dean of Literature, Delhi Literature Department in Herat University. And my father is a professor and defense lawyer, and also my mom is a defense lawyer.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
around people who have master degree, have their bachelor's, their college degree, or they have PhD, all my uncles and aunts and my parents, it was never a question of do I want to continue my education or not. It was just a matter of time, because I think that time I was like really young, but I knew I have to finish my high school first, then I have to go to college. And right now, when I talk about master degree or law degree or my PhD, no one questions like that's a big thing, because they expect me to do something that they have done. My mom also worked as a defense lawyer for 13 years for United States government. She worked for street children and women under domestic violence and different form of violence for quite a long time. So having that kind of family is always feeling like, okay, I have enough support system around me. My parents were always encouraging me to explore different opportunities, try to get involved with different things. I think I have been really um, fortunate to have, um, especially male around me, to push me forward, to ask me to try different things, um, because they could see a bright future in me as an Afghan female. So I think it's really important for men around us to see the potential in us and try to push us towards something. Because at the end of the day, we need someone to encourage us, right? Especially from your family.
Yep, of course, you're completely right. But I'm curious that where did you finish your bachelor degree, and what was your major that you said?
Um, I have graduated from high school in United States. I told you from a boarding school. The name of the school was Kensal. And right third year college student. I'm a
Oh,
junior in political science and philosophy.
wow.
Only a year left for my college degree, which is 4 years of degree. And then after that, we will see where life will take me. I have some plans, but we will see what's going to happen.
Wow. That's nice. Wow. Right now, Afghan girls and women are facing some of the most difficult restrictions in the world. I'm sure that you understand this better than me. And many still hold on to hope, continue studying online and find ways to resist through knowledge and creativity and doing other things. And your experience represents the reality of thousands of Afghan women that as an Afghan woman, you find your way and you continued your education and now reaching to global and international platforms, raising awareness and advocating for your sisters inside Afghanistan. What have been the biggest challenge? First of all, let me say this, that I'm sure that you have also come across with a lot of obstacles and challenges in United States with your education, with your advocacy. It will be so interesting to hear that what have been the biggest challenges you have personally faced as an Afghan woman and how you manage to continue moving forward despite it.
Mhm. I think as a human being, facing different challenges is like one of the most normal thing you can encounter. Throughout life, you have ups and downs, which is really normal. From the beginning, when I was like really young, I thought, um, okay, I'm only the one who is going through something, and other people are fine and they are happy. Then I realized like everyone has some challenges in their life. One of the biggest challenges I have faced as an Afghan woman is seeing my Afghan girls, women in Afghanistan, my sisters, lacking access to education and different opportunities. When I look at my students, I see myself, they are the same age as me, or they are younger than me, or sometimes they are older than me. I see no difference in me or them. I see even some of them are more brilliant than me. They are more intelligent. They have something to look for. But sadly, it's heartbreaking to see they don't have access to education, going to school or colleges. Um, Being in United States, getting different questions about Afghan women is one of the hardest part of my daily life. When I walk around campus in my college, I get different questions. Oh, did you know that there is a new ban on Afghan women? Did
Yes.
you know what happened yesterday? Oh, have you ever heard the news? Those kind of questions just breaks my heart because I just think like there is no difference between girls in United States, girls in Europe, or girls in Asia, specifically girls in Afghanistan. There is no difference. Having access to education is like a fundamental human right. So I also, this is a challenge that I face daily. I found myself hesitant to share about my achievements on social media, about my college life, about my daily life, because I look at myself sometimes and I see, should I post this? And I think, no, you can't post that. What about if you make someone feel bad? What about if a girl back in Afghanistan see your picture and compare you to herself? Do you want that happen? But then, however, sometimes I just sit for a moment and think of I have to share a little bit of my life because I need to encourage them, because I have been in dark places in life. I have been into situations that I thought there is no way back from it, but everything changed. What I'm trying to say here is that I share about my life to encourage them to keep going, to push against the hardship in life, to not give up. So yes, that's one of my biggest challenge, to look at myself and look at my sisters, my students, my people back in Afghanistan, and see how much challenges they are facing. Because I think we are all from one body. That also the poem says, Bani Adam azai yekdigarand. I think they are part of me. I think my soul hurts when I see Afghan women don't have access to education. So yes, that's one of my biggest challenge right now.
Yes, the situation inside Afghanistan right now is heartbreaking for everybody who has a human heart. It's heartbreaking to see how these young girls have been denied everything: public life, education, school, universities, job. Just keep them locked in home, keep them locked in a geography by the name of Afghanistan, unfortunately. Um, you know, no one continues on difficult paths unless something inside pushes them forward, whether there's a dream, a childhood memory, or promise to themselves. There's always a reason, that gives people the strength, the courage to follow their passions, to go for their dreams. And I want our audience to understand what inspires you personally, what motivates you to keep studying, to keep working, and believing in your goals, even when the situations, even inside the United States, may feel tough.
Mhm. Sometimes when I look at myself, I say something. I'm not one person. There are many people live in me. I don't live for myself. I live for other people. I'm not only a gift from God to my family or to myself. I'm a gift for other people. not because I'm someone special and I have something unique, just because God created me. And I think He's asking me, the universe is asking me to try and make a difference. Do you think what's the reason I share on my social media? It just all began with like a simple thought of, okay, let's make awareness about Afghan women. Let's just study political science. I think it was people around me back in Afghanistan. I could hear their voices asking me to help us. I think each one of us, we are responsible for others. We don't only live in this life to enjoy the moment. Yes, of course, we have some moments that we need to enjoy. Yes, we have moments that we need to cry, but also we are responsible for other people. If we have the power, if we have the opportunities to go to school or to pick a major, we should use that in a way to benefit us, benefit our society, our parents, and in the bigger picture, help other people, like help the world. What is wrong with setting up big goal for yourself? I think this thing that is pushing me really hard to achieve my dreams, to make a difference is people. People here in my society, my family, my siblings, my sisters back in Afghanistan, and women and human beings around the world, because I think I'm in a position that I can change something. I can make someone's life better. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day I will be able to do something really huge. I think that's the reason that is driving me for my big goals, to try to make a difference. You know what I mean? Whenever someone helps me, I look at them and I say, thank you so much. You are God's hands right now, because that moment you have no idea why that person helped you. Maybe that moment, universe, God, whatever we believe in, ask that person, okay, go and help Sunbul. So I want to be that hand for others. That's the reason. Whenever I'm trying to give up on life and I say, okay, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore, I close my eyes and remember people in Afghanistan, many people, 129 million girls around the world need me and need people like you and me to make a difference, right?
Wow, such a good philosophy. And yes, my passions for political science have been also shaped by sad realities that I have seen after 2021. Actually, my father and my mother was keep telling me that Hashman, you should be a good doctor. Maybe
We all have heard that.
a good doctor, but unfortunately, after seeing those sad realities, after seeing the suffering of our forgotten people, the sad realities pushed me to make a decision and to study political science major that and this way I hope we should be able to give back to our forgotten people. I'm sure that there is no one willing to stand for us, and just we have ourselves, no one is willing to stand for us, and it's time to we stand for ourselves. And let me also ask this, that many young Afghans today are trying to contribute in any possible way they can. For example, like yourself, I think you're teaching, or maybe through education, volunteering, creativity, or community work, and they're trying to do and give back to their sisters in every small possible way. Even I'm sure that even a small efforts can create hope for others and for you and for our sisters inside Afghanistan today. And you can understand this better than me. And you're also contributing in your own meaningful ways. And it will be so inspiring for us to hear that. Can you tell us about any projects, work, or activities you're currently involved in and why they are matters to you?
Mhm. I think everything I'm doing right now somehow depends to human rights. And right now my focuses are women in Afghanistan, because obviously we know that they are going through brutal challenges in life. I'm currently a junior in my college, university. Junior means third year college student. As I mentioned earlier, I study political science and philosophy. This semester, I have the opportunity to take advantage of a study semester abroad program.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I'm doing a semester study abroad. in Washington, D.C. I had the opportunity to leave the country and study somewhere outside of US, but I chose Washington, D.C. because of the various programs that we have here. I also wanted to work for government. That's why I chose Washington, D.C. So it allows me to work and study at the same time. Right now, I'm interning, which was last day today, at Preservation Services Division of U.S. Congress and like the Library of Congress. I worked with different congressional records. I had the opportunity to meet so many political position people and share my message about Afghan women with them, such as different senators, different people in different think tank. Um, my goal was to share my message with them. At the same time, I'm working on my social media. I'm advocating for Afghan women and women in general around the world, no matter what race, what nationality. I just think of them as human beings, human rights. So at the same time, I'm an online volunteer teacher for Victory Afghanistan. I teach English as a volunteer teacher to girls in Afghanistan who are banned from education. It has been my second year. I had the privilege to teach so many girls, brilliant, beautiful, smart people. Additionally, I have my jewelry business. The money from jewelry business goes towards the business itself to keep running it, and some of the money goes to my student. I never mention their name. They come to my private chat, ask me personally, tell me, share their challenges with me, and I try to contribute financially a little bit with them, try to help them. So the pieces of the handmade jewelry that I
Wow.
make with my own hand, thank you
Wow.
so much, that money goes for women in Afghanistan because that was the only way I could work and send some money back in Afghanistan, which is really hard. And
Yep.
at the same time, I just got a new job as a chief research officer for anti-slavery United States, which basically is a platform, a website to work towards human rights.
Mhm.
So those are the things I do right now, and whatever I do is a way to help human beings.
Yes, thank you so much for what you're doing for our people, and thank you so much for what you're doing for our sisters inside Afghanistan. You're doing an incredible job. Believe me, you're doing an incredible job. But as a last question there, Sunbul, I would like to ask this. Even in darkness, Afghans continues to dream of bigger future, like yourself, like millions of girls inside Afghanistan, where education, freedom, and dignity are restored. And your journey gives a unique perspective on what the future could look like. And I want to closely be exploring your hopes and vision for our country and for Afghanistan. How do you imagine the future of Afghan women and girls, and what change do you hope to see in the coming years?
I see a bright future for them. I have got so many different comments and direct messages on my Instagram, on my social media platforms that quote unquote, you are sitting in your house in the United States. How do you know about our challenges? How do you know how dare you just come and talk about our problems? Again, your problems are my problems are your problems. We are struggling all together because we are all human, especially we are all Afghans. So, to all Afghans, and especially Afghan women out there in Afghanistan, I see a bright future for you. I can see like your dreams will come true. I have been again in dark places in life. I have been in situations that I thought I can't get rid of them. However, do you see here right now is 12 a.m., 12:30.
Wow.
Outside it's dark, but I will see the sunrise in a few hours, right? Right now it's really cold this winter, but I'm sure I will see the flowers blooming again in spring. I will see the fresh grass in spring, right? So we should see that in every darkness, every time that the weather is cold, every time that the world is harsh on us, there is another side of the world that is coming. No matter if it's a dark night, you will see the sunrise somehow. You will see it's impossible to stay at night forever, right? You will see the sun again in the morning. It's impossible to stay in the cold of winter. You will see the spring again. Same thing with life and the problems and the hardship. I know it has been 4 years. I know you are struggling with so many things, but believe me, you should not give up. Those are the things that shows to the world how resilient you are. I think the world is teaching, we are teaching a lesson to the world that who are we, who are Afghan women. And I think good days are coming for them. The only thing I'm asking is please keep pushing. Please read so many books as much as you can. Try to use your social media, your voice for in a good way, and try to get involved with different online education organizations. I can see that future is coming for all of us.
Thank you so much once again, Sunbul John, for your time and for this meaningful conversation. And thank you once again for what you're doing for our generation. And I'm sure that the history will write about you guys, and without a doubt, it will. And I'm sure it will. And then, if there is anything that I have missed, or if there is anything that you would like to share with your sisters inside Afghanistan, mic is yours.
Your voice is your tool. Right now, while I'm talking here, I know myself as a little girl, sitting back in the house, telling others that I will get a full right scholarship in this university, and people were looking at me thinking that why do I have such a high goals for myself? I knew from the young age that my voice is my power. So right now, to all my sisters, to everyone in Afghanistan, especially Afghan women, your voice is your power. It's your tool. Take that tool and use it really carefully, and do not give up. Don't give up. There shouldn't be an option for you to give up. Use your voice. Try to raise awareness. Try to talk with others and share your struggles with others. I'm sure your voice and your manifestation today will make a difference for your future and your tomorrow.